Hi MT, this is Michael from OTC OnlineTOEFLCourse.com, and how you doing today? All right, so let's take a look at your email first and then we'll get started. You say, please listen to evaluate score, provide feedback on my integrated speaking practice test. Here's the link. This is TPO 48, task number 2. You say, I realize the independent speaking is only 25% of the whole speaking test, that I still have 3 integrated speaking practice tests. I would put realized that, right? And then put another coordinator, and that I still have 3 integrated speaking practice tests. So I've decided to start practice integrated speaking, and please find attached my first one. You said I can use TPO rather than the practice from your websites or randomly pick this one. You can do that, and they're more updated. Okay, so maybe you might want to read this article I wrote. Where is it? Right here. I wrote an article on the new TOEFL speaking section as of August 2019. If you want to look over this, it'll go over the speaking section. It'll give you some ideas on what to do there. And one other thing, in my online TOEFL course, go to the lesson. It's called TOEFL Integrated Speaking Strategies, Master Lesson number 1. That's a good lesson for you. It'll go over how you can organize speaking tasks 2, 3, and also 4, right? So I think that'll be good for you also. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to your speaking. I think this is integrated speaking 4, listening, speaking, academic.
In the reading material, the letter proposes to build a new art museum on campus and ask for the donations from the alumni in order to pay for the construction fees. However, in the listening material, the student disagrees with this proposal.
Okay, this is task number 3 then. It's reading, listening, speaking, academic.
Firstly, he thinks that there is already a very nice art museum downtown, which is only about 13 minutes by bus from the university, and that this art museum only charges about $2 for the students on regular days and is totally free on Monday. Secondly, the student also thinks that the alumni already donated a large amount of money to build a new student center and a new library, which are both very costly, that they won't likely pay more to build a new art museum, which is not unnecessary.
Yeah, I think it's that so plus that again. You got that problem in there again. I'm going to see if I can uncover that the second time I listen to it. I think overall this is a strong response. I have a suggestion in the beginning. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm going to put you at 25 to 27 points on this practice test. You're comfortable, you're speaking quickly, you're speaking fluently, you seem to have a complete, accurate response to the most important information from the reading and the listening.
In the reading material, the letter proposes to build a new art museum on campus and ask for the donations from the alumni in order to pay
and say alumni
for the construction fees. However,
Now, what I would say is maybe in the beginning you have a short introduction. The reading passage contains a letter written by a student about a new policy on campus, and then the speaker in the passage reacts to this new policy.
the listening material, the student disagrees with this proposal. Firstly, he thinks that there is already a very nice art museum downtown, which is only about 13 minutes by bus from the university, and that this art museum only charges about $2 for the students on regular days and is totally free.
Charges $2? You mean $2? Let's go back to what you just said.
Firstly, he thinks that there is already a very nice art museum downtown, which is only about 13 minutes by bus from the university, and that this art museum only charges about $2 for the students on regular days.
I think you want to say charges $2, But you don't need to create a new syllable in this case. Just say $2 or $2.
And it's totally free on Monday. Secondly, the student also thinks that the alumni already donated a large amount of money to build a new student center and a new library, which are both very costly, that they won't likely pay more.
Which are both so costly that they will blah blah blah, not they're very costly that. So I think in that case you have to use so. Costly as an adjective, right? So plus adjective plus that plus subject plus verb. That is a parallelism issue. I know you're having trouble with this before. Let me listen to it
Donated
again.
a large amount of money to build a new student center and a new library, which are both very costly, that they won't likely pay more.
Which are both so costly that they likelier that the students will not pay more. So I would say they are so costly that, not they're very costly that. So I would change very to so, and then so and that kind of occur together there. So plus adjective plus that plus noun. That's the parallelism with those paired
To build
conjunctions.
a new art museum, which is not necessary.
Which according to the student is unnecessary, you could say at the very end there. I think overall I gave you a strong score. I think on this, if we look at the speaking, let me look at the speaking rubrics here for just a minute. Funny how all these other websites come up, but not ETS. Okay, here's ETS. Get it from the horse's mouth. Okay, so I think you're between 3 and 4, right? So I'm going to put you close to 3.5 on this. You have, if you look at some of the descriptions here in the 4 area, you have speech is generally clear. You have good control, basic and complex grammar structures, allow for coherent, efficient, automatic expression of relevant ideas, good word choice. You have some minor errors in there. You have clear progression of ideas, conveys the relevant information required by the task. You're pretty close to 4, so I'll say 25 to 27 points on this.